This is my psychic impression of Jamestown, New York. It's an industrial area that has many reports of many missing women. This is third eye intel. So some details in my dream led me to finding Jamestown, New York, and I'll tell you more about that later in the video, but there's several missing women. We'll start with Corrie Anderson. She disappeared October 28th, 2008. Corrie Anderson was last seen leaving Lake County Dodge in Jamestown. Her van was found 2 days later off Courtright Road in Busty, but she has never been found. She missed a meeting and didn't pick up her son, very unusual behavior, and that's kind of how she disappeared. This is Kathy Wilson. She disappeared May 18th, 1988. She was a mother of 3 from Jamestown. She was last seen leaving work to run errands. Her van was later found at the mall, and her purse was discovered along a road in Pennsylvania. Her remains were found in Lander, Pennsylvania, and 2 men were charged with her murder, but the main suspect was acquitted and charges against the other were dropped. Yolanda Bendix disappeared August 10, 2004. She was a mother of 4 and disappeared after leaving her job at the Family Dollar in Jamestown. Her remains were discovered 2 years later in Boutwell Hill State Forest. The case remains under investigation. There was some controversy. She dated a cop who was charged with stalking in an unrelated situation, but Lori Bova disappeared June 7, 1977. Lori was last seen after dining at Red Lobster with her husband, Tyrone Bova, and family. Later that night, Tyrone reported they had an argument around 2 a.m., after which Lori allegedly went for a walk and never returned. Her personal belongings, including cigarettes, were left behind. Despite extensive searches, no trace has ever been found. Patricia Gale Fairbanks went missing November 28, 1972. Affectionately known as Patty, she went missing just 5 houses away from her home. A month later, her body was discovered in a nearby yard. Despite investigations, her murder remains unsolved. Ellery Jane Doe, found December 6, 1983. An unidentified woman's body was found in the town of Ellery, near Jamestown. She had been shot multiple times, and her identity remains unknown. Tammy Plotz was reported missing January 1st, 2024. She was reported missing in Jamestown, but further details about her case are limited. Amber Harrington went missing December 31st, 2023. She was reported missing after being last seen on the north side of Jamestown. Her remains were found June of 2024. Okay, I'll tell you about my dream now. And my dream I saw in first, second, and third perspective. And I'm going to try to cut out a lot of the fluff stuff. But essentially my daughter was in a truck with a man, pretty much being kidnapped. Maybe she went to meet with this guy, like a grooming thing, and then she was kidnapped, okay? And she was, in this truck, and she was, scared and stuff like that. And he did let her call me, so she called me on the phone, and she's not really saying anything, and I'm talking to her, and I have this intuition of what's happening, and I'm just talking to her so she can say yes and no answers. And on the phone anyway, she was basically saying her goodbyes, and she she said the word about Jamestown when she was on the phone with me. And so I'm thinking, okay, I've got to figure out where that is. And then when I was dreaming and seeing from her first person perspective, so she's in the truck with this guy, and they're looking out at like a motel, like a 1-story motel, and there's like train tracks nearby. Like this kind of area is like kind of industrial. It's not like a pretty, you know, town, kind of like what I've put on this picture here, just kind of like a rundown, kind of ugly town. And so I noted that in the dream. And so she's, you know, I'm crying on the phone, and I'm like trying to also keep her calm, and I'm trying to figure out where she is and everything like that. And but she did give me that name of Jamestown. So you know, I looked this up afterward when I woke up from my dream to find, like, is there a Jamestown with like I don't know, a train track and like a motel nearby or something like that. And there is, and there's not that many. And you know, there was a Jamestown that had, that was another thing I was looking up, like, is there a Jamestown missing women? And there was. It kept leading me to like Jamestown, New York. And so in my next picture, they've got this like Railtown Motel, but it didn't really look like that in my picture. But I thought that was interesting. So you'll see in my next picture here, this is what it looked like. More like 1-story, multiple doors. And I actually put a street view so you can see it a little bit better. But, you know, what I got from my dream was, you know, that she had been kind of groomed or lured to a situation, and then basically, you know, confined or trapped, couldn't leave. And I didn't get a lot of details about the actual person, but no identity, no closure, but the energy is still there. This is Third Eye Intel.